Hello and welcome back to Bill's Workbench. This is part 3 of our K24. So last time we put together the rear assembly, so please watch that video. I did have some lessons learned at the end. I'm sure you will learn a bit as well. Let's put together now the steering assembly, and then the chassis, the battery case, and then the rest of the parts here. And then the episode after this, we're going to put together the front suspension, or the front, whatever that's called. What is that called? The front assembly? Yes, the front assembly will be the next video after this one. Well, let's get started with this one. So we need to find all the parts. Okay, there's the two M6 countersinks, and then the O-ring. So if we look, so we've got our ball studs, we need our flange, we need our little black washer there. I know where that's at. We got our bearings, we got that, we got that. That's together with the countersinks. Then we're going to need more. 2 6s and 2 4s. Oh, interesting. 2 4s here, 2 6s there. Alright, so that's for that. This is for that. This is all this. And there is a washer that was in one of the earlier bags. That's right here. Yep. Like so. Alright. Put this together. Get the bearings in there. Get our ball heads in there. 1.5 millimeter, and they go in on the bottom-ish. Well, how I call it the bottom, that's probably at the top. The steering post goes in through here like this, and that washer is going to go on top like that. And there'll probably be a screw or something. We shall find out. Washer right there. Alright, so now we got this. Those look like to be on the top. And this is going to go like so. To hold on the battery. But we're not going to worry about that yet until we get the battery. So we will throw that back in the box. Now we're going to need the chassis. And we need some M6s and M4s. I wonder if these should be those. I'm going to take these off. We're going to use those for the chassis. I'm going to use these for this. And if they're wrong, I know where they're at and I can swap them. Okay. I like that better anyway. Countersunk to me, it doesn't make sense that those are countersunk if that's where the rubber band retaining is going to go, because they'll just slide right off. So yeah, I think using those other screws was the right choice. Alright, where is the rear end? Here it is. Alright, they're saying to use... Oh. Those M4s are these two. So I'm looking at this. It's like 8 screws there, right? And then that's 6 holes. Well, those are the other 2 holes. I already got 2 of the M4s in there. So let's put these away. And those will go there. So the M6s will go there and the M4s will go there. Fantastic. And I'm just going to lightly put them in first. I'm sure that is not the term to use. We're not screwing them in all the way. But that is the term that I'm using right now because that's the one that popped into my head. Oh, this is M6s here as well. Isn't that interesting? It's all M6s. I have this wrong. I read this all wrong. The arrows point here and here to M6s. It doesn't call out what those are. So those look like M6s to me as well. I don't have enough M6s. So we'll see. If I need some 4s, I know where they are. Yeah, those bottomed out. I'm going to put some M4s in there. I think the instructions are wrong. Yes. All right. No wonder I was short 2 M6s. Because the instructions are wrong. These 4 here should be M4s. These 2 are M4s, which we put in earlier. So these 2 here are those 2. These 2, or these 4, are these 4. And these 2 are these 2. So the ones they don't have labeled are M6, but all of these should be M4. Alright, next item up for bids is this, where we put in the battery tray and then the chassis posts. The chassis posts are going to be machine screws because they are metal. The servo posts, I think, are also metal. No. Okay, so this is going into plastic. That's going into plastic. That's a machine. 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 Okay, so we need 2 plastic. One is a 6 and one is a 4. Okay. I'm going to say that is wrong. Because why would you want to... I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is this different? No, because those go into there. So those are both 6s. And that is going to go in like that. All right, let's do that first. Come on. There we go. And is M6 going to be too long? Does it poke out? It does poke out a little. Maybe. All right, so in that case, we'll put 2 4s in. Going to poke out? Oh, the 4 is just right. All right, so I'm making a executive decision that those are 2 M4s because of how deep that is. I'm starting to get the feeling that this kit, the instructions aren't, weren't triple checked. So that's why I'm being like, had this weird feeling that this is the right one. We're going to find out, aren't we? Okay, those are 4s and those are into about 1 millimeter. Okay. And then we need the posts. And the posts, it says, are 6 mil. And those are... Okay, so we need what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Need 1 more. Right there. Okay. Body post. And then we need the servo. Aha. Alright, so this is the servo. That is the Bellcrank. That's the other servo. Depending on the size servo you got, that one is adjustable. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I'm having a feeling it's wrong. I think I have my servo somewhere. I'll worry about that when I put the servo in, but at least I know how to fix that. That should be an easy fix. This is going to go here, the bell crank. They still don't have the nut on top of the bell crank, which is kind of weird. All right, now I'm going to peruse. I've got... then the screw goes onto the bell crank right there, see? So that means that this when that goes on here like so, yes, that screw goes through there and into the bell crank. All right, I feel better now. It's amazing how little it takes. Alrighty, so there is the first part of the chassis. We've got the rear end on, and they're doing the rear end things. We've got this bell crank thing that is driving me nuts, but I'm going to go ahead and throw in a screw on the top of that so I don't lose the bell crank part. I can always take that screw out. There we go. That should hold the bell crank in. It is. Good. We got the servo mounts in, which I don't know are right or wrong. We're going to find out when we get the servo in there. I've got the battery tray on. I changed the screws out to be these kinds of screws instead of the ones with the flanges on it. And yeah, that's so that was an easy one. So see you next time. Hope you're enjoying this series. If you got one of these, let me know what your experience is. I'm interested to know about these screws, if you use those or if you use the one the instructions said. I'm interested to know about these guys here. I put all M4s in there instead of the M6s. I'm interested to know what your findings were on that as well.